Hello, welcome back to the Prosperity with Purpose podcast. I'm Jessica Heffley, and we're starting a money series. Woo! Who else is excited? One of my favorite topics, one of the hottest topics, one of the most popular topics to talk about is money and being a Christian and making more of it and talking about all the things that people shy away from. But why do they shy away from them? What made it weird? Who taught them that talking about money was taboo or wrong or anything like this? Okay, anyways, we're going to start out of this series. I want to lay a foundation for you to start thinking about money as neutral. Money is not good. Money is not bad. I want you to start noticing that money is neutral. You can think about it however you choose. It's literally neutral. You think of I don't have one in front of me, like a brick, like of like a big, like a rock, and pretend to have a rock. No visual aids here for you guys watching video on YouTube, but pretend I have a rock in my hand. A rock is neutral. It's not morally good. It's not morally bad. You can take the rock or this brick that I have in my hand, this imaginary brick I have in my hand, and you can throw it through someone's window and rob their house and break into their house and rob their house. You can do that with a brick. Or you can take that brick and that can build the foundation of a church or a home or a homeless shelter. Like it can build something good with that brick. The brick itself is neutral. What you choose to do with it makes it what you could rob somebody, bash somebody's window, or you can build the foundation of something. You understand? But the rock itself is neutral. So I want us to start thinking about money as neutral, neither good, neither bad. What if we started to take the judgment away around money? Oh, that person bought that car? That means nothing. Oh, that person drives that car still? Means nothing. Oh, that person lives in a double wide? Interesting. Oh, that person lives in a mansion? Interesting. What if it's neutral? What if we do not attach a meaning to money? You get to choose whatever you want to make it mean. Okay, you can make a certain amount of money mean whatever you want. For example, $200 could be an incredibly life-changing amount for somebody. For somebody else, 200 who's in like major, I don't huge trouble, debt, whatever, or they're needing to build a hospital. Why do I keep saying hospital? They to them, $200,000 may not be enough. Okay, amount of money doesn't mean anything. You are the one who gets to choose what you make a certain amount mean, what you make money mean. What are you making a certain number mean? You get to ask yourself. This is important. We're going to lay on this in the weeks to come, but I want you to start noticing how much judgment you currently have around money, around people who have money, around people who don't have money, what you are making yourself mean or your success or your worth because of the amount of money you currently have or the amount of money you currently make. I just want you to notice. I just want you to be a noticer of your thoughts. This is foundational in everything mindset work, everything for what I teach in leadership and success is you have to start noticing what you are even making things mean. Okay, so I wanted to start out with this because, well, I always love my own life circumstances, what I'm dealing with, what I'm going with, what I'm like struggling with, wrestling with. I like to bring those to you guys because that shows that, well, first of all, I am normal. I am a certified Christian life coach, but I also still struggle with some mindset stuff. So here's what happened recently. So recently, I was at I work for a network marketing company, Plexus, and I'm in the top of that company. And they had the top 30 come, and they did a special uh, retreat, a mastermind retreat. They had Phil Jones come. He spoke. It was phenomenal. They did a special gift for us, which I'm going to tell you about. We got training. We got time with our CEO, our president, our CF, like all of the C-suite, the chief training officers, the people who comes out with our products, the marketing. We are partnering with them to bring about the future, to work together, to row in the same direction. It's a really beautiful partnership. Anyways, It's this really special trip. We went to the Waldorf Astoria in California, in Orange County, like this really bougie, fancy, nice restaurant. It was gorgeous, but y'all, it actually flooded in California. It was like this Noahic flood they talked about, where we were so excited to go to California in February to get sunshine from the drab dreariness we've currently been having in Arkansas and most of the country. And we get there and um okay, cut this part out, Calvin. I'm getting a phone call. Let's pause this. So it like literally rains the entire time we were there, like pouring. We're on a hill right by the ocean. This resort is, but like California is flooding all the streets. It's one of the worst. Anyways, we stayed inside, but it still was amazing and wonderful. But last year at this trip, this is supposed to be like a special top 30 trip. And so they're new at this. We're new at this. We get to offer suggestions. They get to run with it. And what the gift wasn't exactly like top notch. So this year that we were just like, please have it be like something really special. Anyway, so we walk in the room and there are Louis Vuitton boxes where all of our seats are. Like they're these beautiful yellow orange, whatever you call it, boxes. You know the label. They've got the fancy Louis Vuitton ribbon around it. Like everyone is squealing, freaking out, getting pictures taken with it. Like they already like upped the essence of the room. Like it's just this. Nobody even knew what was inside the box. Nobody had even opened the box yet. So fascinating to me. I feel so unique in this, but we're gonna get to it in just a second. And nobody had even looked inside, but it was just the fact that it was a Louis Vuitton box just was a completely different vibe, different feeling, different experience than last year. So anyways, it ended up being these beautiful scarves and super fancy, all that stuff. So great. And I am going home and I'm still thinking about it. But I'm still thinking about it because I don't care about Louis Vuitton. Like for some people, it's like their dream. It was so luxurious. They felt so incredibly special. They've always wanted that. And I just literally don't care. Like the meaning I have attached to Louis Vuitton is different from the meaning they have attached to Louis Vuitton. And so but I was still thinking about it. So if you're ever like still thinking about something and this is a surefire sign, like if something is making you feel uncomfortable or it's just and to me that is always an invitation to explore deeper. There's always an invitation to get the journaling out, to get the creation cycles out, to use the tools I teach with my students to figure out what I have made something mean, right? So I got to be real honest. First of all, you can't find healing or breakthrough. It's rare to find healing or breakthrough until you're completely honest with where you are. So I had to get honest on how I judged people who love Louis Vuitton. Just being honest. The truth isn't pretty sometimes. Like I literally don't care. Like I did not grow up aspiring to get Louis Vuittons. It doesn't mean anything to me. It doesn't mean that you're more special or you are like it doesn't mean anything. I just don't care. It's not something that excites me. It's not something that I guess the meaning I have attached to Louis Vuitton is almost like unnecessary. So I was like, wait, but why do I feel? And I'm okay with it. I know most of the people loved it. I'm so glad they listened. It was a nice treat, a nice treasure. I'm not dissing the gift in any way. I just got really curious about why Louis Vuitton doesn't matter to me. And I got to really thinking about it. Is honestly, I got to think, like, for example, I do own one Louis Vuitton Neverfull. I did not pay for that. That was I'm not kidding. Anything fancy that I own, Plexus has paid for, or is from a shopping spree that I earned, or a contest that I had that they did, and it's like super fun. I don't know. It's just not a core value of mine. And that is okay. I have worked with lots of people on my team that they've thought the meaning they have attached to is if I get to the top of the company, then I have to wear Louis Vuitton or I have to dress this certain way or I have to act that certain way. And it's almost like they feel like they're betraying who they genuinely are. But you get to choose. You don't ever have to own a Louis Vuitton. You can own 10 Louis Vuittons. You get to decide what you make that mean. But for me, when I was still like really wrestling with this, like, what is, I don't really care about Louis Vuitton. I had to come to grips that I was judging people who loved it. That like, what was I making that mean? Like, they were like thinking that was some sort of status or some sort of important, made them more important than somebody else or but really, no, it doesn't. I don't know why they like Louis Vuitton. I just don't like it. And that's okay. It's okay for it not to be my thing. It's okay for it to be some other people's thing. Okay. The measure you use will be measured against you. So when I was so worried about what other people would think when I'd be wearing this Louis Vuitton scarf or the one Neverfull that I owned because I got it from a Plexus shopping spree that I don't even carry because I still was worried what people would think about me or think that they would think that's important to me or that's where I would spend all my money or when I literally only use it when I travel on Plexus trips because it's literally a Neverfull bag. Have you ever seen how much you can fit into a Neverfull bag? It is a lot. Okay, but all of this went back to the measure you use will be measured against you. And so when I was over there judging what I was making it mean about people who enjoyed that brand or wanted that brand or sought that brand out, that in turn, the measure you use will be measured against you. I was so worried then about what other people would think about me when I carried that purse or wore that scarf or whatever. I want you to think about a situation in your life. Okay, this may be like super dumb and you may not relate to this at all. I do believe there's going to be a lot of you that will relate to this, but you may not. But there is something I want you get to notice. This is what we're doing this week, noticing something in your life that you have judged around money. Maybe someone who has less than you or more than you, or what have you made it mean? Because all of this comes down, money has nothing to do with your worth. We don't work from a place to gain our worth. We don't work so we will be worth something or worth the money or whatever. No, we are already worth it. Jesus died for us to make us worthy. Like nothing we do or don't do can make us any more or any less worthy. But when you operate out of a place of already knowing your worth, you're not working for it. That's a completely beautiful, different place of abundance because you are working from a place of purpose. You are working from a place of, I know who I am. I know who I've been called to serve. I know why I am showing up here on social media. I am so obsessed with helping the person who needs what I have to offer. Okay. Because I know that I am worth it. I know that they are worth it. That's also a beautiful thing that you get to do in leadership is you get to rise other people up who do not believe in themselves yet, who do not think they are worthy. You get to call life forth in someone else. But anyways, I just thought that was super interesting, and I've gained a lot since I've wrestled with this. That I no longer care. I don't care if you carry Louis Vuitton or not or don't. I'm not making it mean anything about you anymore. I'm not making it mean anything about me anymore. It's a preference. Good for you. Good not for you. It doesn't matter. But as long as I was holding on to like making that mean something bad about me or bad about something else, it was like this ick cycle of judgment. And I get to choose. I get to choose what I make something mean. You get to choose what you make money mean. So this week, as we build upon, as we go on to next week, well, first of all, I want to hear what your stories like. What have you, some things that you've made mean something that wasn't, and you're learning, like, if you are truly to look at money as being neutral, again, we're going to build upon this. This is a foundation in this money series, is just start thinking about it as neutral. This bill was this much? Interesting. My house payment is this much? Interesting. My car payment is this much? Interesting. My paycheck was this month? Interesting. What if you didn't make any of that mean anything about you? And to kind of piggyback on that, a part of all of this, we'll get into this in another week, but no matter how you live your life, how you spend your money, what you do for a living, whatever, um, I want to introduce this to you. Be willing to be misunderstood. Be willing to be misunderstood. I think there's some incredibly important pillars for leadership, for leading away. I was just doing a training call on Friday, and I was kind of rising them up to a higher level. And some of the pillars that I was talking about is leaders steer a ship, leaders take extreme ownership, and leaders are problem solvers. And in all of those areas, they have to be willing to be misunderstood. So, as you're learning and gleaning and growing in money, and as you're becoming more neutral about what you choose to make it mean, other people are still going to choose to make it mean things. And so the choices that you make, they may judge you. You have to be willing to be misunderstood. Let me teach you a little trick. Like, what does it feel like to be misunderstood? It usually feels like, oh, like, oh, I don't want people to think that about me, or that's not who I really am, or it may make you feel sad, or make you feel grief. It may make you feel angry, defensive, like whatever that is for you, you get to start noticing. And then you get to take a deep breath. It's okay if somebody misunderstands you. It's part of you moving forward. You don't have time to explain yourself to everybody, and you don't have to, because the truth comes to light in the end. But be okay with being misunderstood. And this week, start thinking about everything around money as neutral. Get curious with yourself. Why did I react that way? Why did I think that way? Why did I judge that person? What am I making this amount mean about me? And come back next week. We're going to build upon it, and it's going to get better and better and juicier. But for this week, look at money as neutral. Have fun. Let me know how it goes.